Welcome everybody to Life on Track, where we're here to help you not go back on track, but get on the track you were born into this world to be on. I'm so excited. I'm your host, Erin, and I want to get right into this. First, I want to tell you the precipice behind the show was that the pandemic happened. That happened for all of us here in the world. And I wanted to see thought to myself, what's the creative opportunity here? And I wanted to bring more love into the world, specifically the workplace, because so many people were displaced and isolated and felt disrespected. So I wrote a book called Work Love to bring love into the workplace. And it went #1 bestseller as soon as it came out. I'm so excited about this because it really is. It's making a difference in changing lives and changing the environment of the workplace. And this show is also based on the principles of Think and Grow Rich, which I absolutely love. I've loved that book since the 90s, studied it like a Bible. And for any of you who don't understand that, don't know about the book or the principles, go buy the book, Think and Grow Rich, study those 13 principles and read the book over and over and over again, because your life will just change overnight. So that being said, I want to introduce Adam. I'm going to read Adam's bio first because I don't want to leave anything out. He's absolutely magnificent. I can't wait to get into this with you. So Adam Kipnes has been working with small businesses and their owners for over 16 years as a coach, consultant, and partner. With his clients at the Charles Schwab Corporation and the 1495 Group, Adam has used his proprietary system to help these individuals and small businesses clarify their business needs and desires. Through his step-by-step process, he ensures his clients find their desires, identify and overcome their weaknesses, and uncover the opportunities right in front of them. In his work at Charles Schwab, Adam achieved the company's highest honor, Chairman's Club, 2 of the last 3 years. Only 2% of the company's over 14,000 employees are recognized annually. This award is given only if the client succeeds first. This has become Adam's mantra. When you succeed, I succeed. On a personal note, Adam has lived in Prague, Greece, and the United States, has been happily married to his beautiful wife, who I've had the opportunity to meet. I love her, for over 18 years, and has a few dogs and cats running around. Welcome to Life on Track, Adam.
Thanks, Erin. I appreciate being here. And it's been so fun because first we were friends that had the same friends. And then we became friends, and now we're working on a deeper level, and now we get to do cool stuff together. So it's been fun working with you, and I just appreciate the opportunity to talk to your audience and hopefully throw a few nuggets that make their life better.
Oh my God. And you've already made my life better, working with you. And I love you as a friend, and working with you. I mean, the goal is, and you're helping me make this happen, is to hit the million, within the next 12 months, the million mark. And scaling with you is fun. It's fun. You're such a great guy and amazing. They call me the miracle maker. And you're working miracles for so many people in an incredible way. So let's get right into you. I want to know, the first question I ask every expert for years, is how did you get into doing what you're doing and why?
The interesting thing is, it was kind of accidental because I didn't know what I'm doing even existed as a thing, right? It wasn't like I was a little kid where you can be a fireman or you can be a doctor. These things exist. To be a business coach and business strategist, which is really what I am, that's not something that's on the list of jobs that you pick when you're in kindergarten, right? And so I really started out corporate track in my career at Schwab. And when I was there, I started working with small business owners and helping with operations and streamlining and doing paperwork correctly and all of those good things, which isn't the sexiest work, but it's pretty important to small businesses. And I needed to get better and better at it. Like, I was really good at that one little piece of my business. And then as the world works these days, I don't know how, my wife saw an ad on Facebook and we went to an event. And at that event, we learned from the speakers and gurus and successful people and trainers. And we learned a bunch of information, and I was able to listen to it, bring it to my clients, and help them in a deeper way. And then I'd go to another event. We kind of became seminar junkies. And that's how you and I met, is sort of the seminar speaker world.
Yeah.
Is awesome. And I was just kept bringing back this information, and someone's like, well, can you coach me? And I was like, I don't know what that means. And they're like, what do you mean? That's what you do, isn't it? And I was like, well, yeah, I do help people, but I never thought about it in a coaching way, right? I was a marginal athlete when I was a kid, and I had a tennis coach and a baseball coach and stuff,
Right.
but I never really discussed it with clients from a business perspective. And that's where it all sort of changed. It didn't change what I did. It just changed how I framed it. And when you start to frame it in a different way, I was able to position it better with clients. And then more people were like, oh, it makes sense. So instead of saying, hey, I can help you with your operations, I can help you overall, and started having more success with my clients, which led to more information that I learned, more people that I could learn from, and then bring it back to my clients. And that's where it all came from. Like, I didn't know the thing exists until I was already doing it.
Right. And you bring up such a valid and such a powerful point. Most people don't. There's so many opportunities out there that most people are not aware of, because the educational system will only groom you to be the worker bee. It will not educate you on how to make money. It will definitely not educate you on how to be an entrepreneur. And there's so many people that just don't even know where to start. And this is, you're brilliant at this, so you're a blessing to the world. And I thank God that you came into mine, and I'm just so excited about that. So let's get into like the marketing and all that kind of stuff. So when we talk about marketing, how can, like you say, stop marketing backwards?
Yes. Marketing is one of the most important things, obviously, any business can do. It's important to get people into your pipeline, into your funnel, so you can do business with them. But we've made in the business world, we've made marketing and advertising synonymous, and they're not.
Yeah.
Right. Marketing is a much bigger piece of it. Advertising is, what do you put out there? What do people see? Whether it's a billboard, or whether it's a newspaper ad, or a Facebook ad, or something on Instagram, or a billboard, right? That's advertising. Marketing is really the strategy and the theory around it. And a marketing plan is, all right, what am I going to do? And then what advertisements am I going to put in front of people? And unfortunately, what I've learned, and I try and get all of my clients to switch, is most people do it backwards. And what I mean by that is they start with the end and then try and work their way back to the beginning, right? People say, hey, I've got XYZ product, you should buy it. And then they have to go and explain what it is, why it's going to work, and hopefully the person sees that there's value there and buys it. But they've already know what it is and what it's going to cost. And so they've already made up their mind on whether they're going to buy it or not. And the explanation either drives them away, makes them lukewarm, or tells them what they already know, that they want to buy it. And we need to flip that around. And this is true for selling anything. This is true for selling your product. This is true if you work in corporate America, right? If you say, I want this, and then you explain why you should have it, you allow someone to say no early and never change their mind. So I want my clients to flip it. And what you do is, first you have to position yourself where somebody's listening, right? We get 3,500 advertising hits a day. Like, if I looked at my desk right now, there's probably 10 things with logos on it, whether it's my mouse or my water bottle or my watch or my phone, all have logos on it. If I left the room and you asked me what's on my desk, I probably couldn't tell you, because we're conditioned to tune it all out. And then you leave your house and you've got billboards and you've got street signs and you've got stores with ads in the windows and the names, and you're listening to the radio and they're advertising there. So we need to stop people to get them to pay attention. The best example I'd like to use is Geico and its little gecko, right? Geckos don't sell insurance. They don't. But you stop and you look up from whatever you're doing and you're like, oh, what's that little crazy character doing now?
Or Mike.
Right, the camel.
Yeah.
Right. That's why celebrities are on advertising. It's not because you're really going to buy what the celebrity says, but you will pay attention because they're in front of you and you know who they are. So first, you got to get people's attention. You got to interrupt them from the pattern that they're in. And then you need to find a way to engage them, right? You need to tell them, I can solve your problem. You don't tell them what it is. You don't tell them how you do it. You just let people know, I have the answer for that. And once you interrupt them and now they know there's a way that I can fix my problem or solve my need or get my big win, now they're more likely to listen to what it might be.
Right.
So then you can move on to sort of the education phase. Here's what it is. Here's what I do. Here's why it will work for you. We educate them. And then when you make an offer, it's so much easier for people to say yes.
Yeah.
Right? If you say, buy my book, it's about X, Y, and Z, that's very different than, hey, get out of your own way. I've got a way for you to thrive in the future. And what it is a step-by-step plan. And the product is my book. You're conditioned. And the reason all of this works, I know this is a little bit long-winded, but the reason all of this works
all the nuggets. This is brilliant.
We all go through a journey when we're buying something, whether we're buying a house or a car or a coaching program or a cup of coffee. We go on a journey, and that journey starts with learning about the benefits. What's this going to do for me? And then we go to the objections. And then once the benefits outweigh the objections, now we decide who we're going to buy from. And I always like to use getting a cup of coffee as an example. You wake up in the morning and you've got a big day ahead of you and you want that jolt of energy and you want to feel good. And there's lots of people who just like holding a cup of coffee. It's not even the coffee. I love the smell. I don't drink coffee. I just love the smell. But they hold a cup of coffee and they feel differently. And you're like, I need one. Then you're like, well, do I really need to spend $4 on a cup of coffee? I might be late with traffic to my meeting. Do I want to wait in line? Do I want like somebody to be standing in front of me ordering 19 coffees for their entire office while I'm tapping my foot behind them? But, 6 times out of 10, you say, all right, I'm getting my cup of coffee. And then you decide, all right, am I going to Starbucks? Am I going to Pete's? Am I going to Dunkin' Donuts? Am I going to, choose your own coffee house? And who's my vendor? Most of us jump to the end and we say, I'm your vendor, buy my thing. Let me tell you why. Rather than meeting the person where they are, what do they know about your product or service? What do they know about you? Holding their hand figuratively and walking them across the street to your, proverbial coffee shop and buying a cup of coffee. And that's what you want to do is find out where they are, educate them through the process, give them information. And then when it comes to the end, you're the obvious person that they're going to choose to be the vendor. So that's the stop marketing backwards concept. And that's something I train all of my clients on as part of our process when we work together.
It's brilliant. And I was just thinking about this also, not just as a business owner, but as a mom. Life is just negotiating all day long.
Very true.
Negotiating all day long. So what you're saying is applicable to everybody. It's we're focusing on business right now, but it's really what you're saying is genius. And you probably have said it so often that you don't even realize it. And it's brilliant. And everybody can implement what you just said and have a better outcome. You have that better.
Right. Well, I encourage everybody to, hopefully, watch that little piece again and again, and just look at the way that you're marketing yourself and turn it around. That's all it is. You don't even have to change the languaging. You don't have to change the messaging. You just have to start at the actual beginning rather than starting at the end and moving backwards. And once you do that, it's really interesting. When you get to the offer stage, it's less awkward. It's less of a sticker shock. It's less of a problem because you've conditioned someone to do it. You bring up the mom, and my mom, probably like you, maybe, hopefully not very often, but you end with the because I said so. I'm your mom because I said so. Just do it.
Okay, nah.
Right?
Right? I don't say
my mom did it. She knows it, and lots of moms do it, right? Because you get sort of frustrated with, do what I'm telling you to do.
Yeah.
And some bosses do this for their employees.
Yeah.
Stop arguing with me, just do it. But it's because they started with the thing they wanted and then explained why it needed to be done rather than walking their employee, their child, their prospect, their vendor through the reasoning why. Then when the ask comes, it's obvious. So it can work in lots of walks of life.
I love it. And I love what you just said. It's so funny. The reason why I don't do that because I said so thing is because, first of all, I'm 56 years old. And in the 80s, when I was working on Wall Street and everything else, it was command and control. Everything was command and control because I said so. Look busy even if you're not busy. And I was like, give me your shoes to shine. I can't look busy if I'm not busy. Like, it was, but because I said so. And, I don't like that command and control environment. It doesn't work. I don't believe it works. And people are still, bosses are still using that strategy, and it doesn't work as well. It's a team. You got to have a team mentality, even as a parent, because I said so is still like you don't trust your kids enough, and,
Right.
and my parents were like your parents, and they come from a loving place, and that's what they learned, that how to speak to their kids and stuff like that, because I said so. And, but I think results, and I learned this like when I was 25 years old, when I came away from Wall Street, much better results when we work as a team, even in families. And I love going into corporations, which, and helping to build the love in the workplace, the respect in the workplace, and get away from all of that, command and control. Doesn't work.
No, but, it doesn't. It's old stuff, but people still do it because they're in the habit of doing it, and no one's called them on it, right? Are you a dictator or are you a leader? And lots of people in the moment don't know which one's which. And this same thing works. It's not just about sales. We are marketing to people all the time. Yeah. In every scenario, right? You want to get what you want. Even if you're paying retail price at Starbucks for your coffee, you can be mean to the person and they might give you a free muffin, and they'll just throw your coffee at you, or you can be sweet to them and understand, and you get a free muffin out of the deal, right? All you want is a cup of coffee,
right?
But how you treat people and how you position yourself is really, really important, and it's super true in the sales and marketing side of business.
And that's why I love working with you, because you understand that, and you're so good at what you do, and you understand, like, that's how I think, and that's how I love to work, and that's why I love working with you. And it's funny that you mentioned the Starbucks thing. My thing is hot chocolate. Every day I have to have a hot chocolate. Once a day. It's my one thing, for the last 20 years. I don't like coffee, but I love hot chocolate. And I love the baristas. And I just do the drive-through all the time. And but I get to be friendly with them. And we have talks, and they tell me about their life. And I'm so interested. And I love these, kids and older people and everything else. And they give me hot chocolate for free all the time. I'm like, you don't have to do this, but I think because you're nice, when you're nice, you just, anyway, you made me think of that when you told that story. So let's get into, and I love my baristas at Starbucks. So let's get into, you don't need more leads. First, it was the stop marketing backwards. And now we're going to get into, you don't need more leads.
You don't need more leads, period. Right? The thing that drives me craziest about the marketing or advertising world is this belief that it's all leads driven. If you get more leads, you'll have a bigger business. And for 95% of the businesses out there, they don't actually need more leads because they can't close them at a high enough rate, right? So you've got all the leads you need, and I do this, and I'll probably end with this at the end of this little segment. But your phone, not for use as a phone, is a little $1 million box of leads.
Yeah.
Right. But we don't use them that way. And every entrepreneur or solopreneur or salesperson out there probably has somebody telling them on LinkedIn, hey, I can get you all these leads on LinkedIn and you're going to be rich. And all you do is get spammed. No offense to LinkedIn or people who do sell on LinkedIn, but you get all these messages where people are like, hi, it's great to see you. Let me tell you a little bit about me. And then it's like 4 paragraphs about them. And you didn't ask.
Right. So true.
That's not going to work. It just doesn't work. And it's a way to get more leads. But here's how I want you to think about it. Number one, if you have 10 leads and close 0, how is 100 leads going to help? It's just not, right? So how about we work on conversion? How can you close more of the people that you're already talking to? So if you can get your leads that you currently have Instead of closing 1 out of 10 to 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10, you need fewer ones of them in the future, right? Because you've got a better close ratio. But if you can get people to say yes, then those people are likely to buy from you again, whether they're going to buy a higher quality product, a complimentary product, or the same product. Like you get your hot chocolate at Starbucks over and over and over again. Why? Because you have a good relationship with the barista. They've got a drive-through. It tastes good. You can be in and out. Their people treat you well. And so you are a, 300 hot chocolate a year person. My wife goes to our corner place and gets tea every day, sometimes twice, right? You buy again and again from the people that you like doing business with. And then once you get conversions down and people buy from you multiple times, now you have the ability to raise your prices and keep your clients, right? Because you're busier. Your time is at a premium. You can raise your prices because you know people are going to continue to buy. You're not trying to gouge them, but you can raise your prices. Right. And if you can do those three things, now we can go back up the truck and get those leads of people you don't know, because you know they're going to say yes. You know they're going to buy from you multiple times, and they're going to do so at higher prices. So you don't need more leads right now. You need to convert better, and you need to convert the people in your audience to know you better. And it's not a know, like, and trust thing. Although that's important. You should obviously want people to know, like, and trust you. If they're going to do 95% of the money that you spend every day is with people you don't know if you like them, and have no idea if you can trust them, and look at your bank account and see where your money goes. You don't know, like, and trust any of those people. So people spend too much time there and never ask for the business. So what do you do? What do you do in place of leads? I always start with the phone. If you go to your phone and go to the contacts, and you and I think did this exercise. You go to your phone and you go to the contact section. I've got 3,000 people in my phone. Some people have 10,000, some people have 300. The number doesn't matter as much as you find out the number of people in your phone. Take out restaurants and AAA. And chances are, because I've done this with well over 100 people, fewer than 20%, for some of you, fewer than 10% of the people in your phone have any idea what you do. They couldn't explain it. They don't know. And this includes friends and family, right? If they don't know what you do, they can't buy from you. They can't refer to you. They can't give you sound advice. They can't partner with you. And your phone, those are the people you should know the best in the entire world, right? Because you actually had to do something to put their number in it. You had to dial it. You had to type in their name. You had to save it. It's not like Facebook or LinkedIn where you click one button. You actually had to spend time putting these people in your phone. And so if you look at your phone, there's 5 things people could be. Oh, and only 5. They can be friends and family, right? I'll leave it to you whether you want to sell to your friends and family. Some people like to do business with them. Some people don't. I understand all that. But they still need to know what you do, right? They still need to understand what your business is, because they have friends and they have networks and they do business. Next is going to be a mentor or someone who's been there before, somebody who can help you, somebody who can give you guidance, someone who can say, hey, I stepped on that landmine before, someone who can make introductions to other successful people. Next are going to be people you can joint venture with or partner with. They've got a complementary business. They've got the same type of client, and you can refer business back and forth. You can do projects together. The next group are going to be the client/prospects, people that are your ideal client in your wheelhouse. And then the 5th area are people who clearly should no longer be in your phone because they're not your friends or family. They can't help you. They can't partner with you, and they're not going to pay you, right? So they should no longer be in your phone. Right. But if you look at those people, the goal is to say, all right, there are people who don't know you and have no idea what you do. There are people who know you but have no idea what you do. People who know you and have some idea, and people who know you and know what you do. Those are the 4 categories. And you want to move those people in the phone funnel. You want them to know who you are. You want them to know what you do. You want them to understand what you do so they can self-select and hire you.
Yeah.
Or they can give you advice or refer you. And if you've got any place north of 500 people in your phone, that's 2 years worth of business. That's literally, for most people, that's 2 years worth of business. If you're a realtor, there's only so many houses you can sell. If you're a coach like me, there's only so many clients that you can have, right? If you start here, you can pay for somebody to do the work on everything else, meaning going to Facebook and doing the same thing and messaging people and touching base with people and following them and actually being involved in their lives. And then you can go to LinkedIn and then you can go to Instagram, right? You have no need to spend one penny on any more leads for the rest of your life because you have so many free ones. We just have not taught people how to condition those people to know what you do and want to do business. So that's my little rant. It's a bit of a rant because I'm really passionate about the fact that I know so many people dropping $1,000, $2,000 a month to get more leads when they have leads. Now, once you know who your person is, you know who your client is, you know what you want to say to them, you know, a point where you and I are, right? Most of the people in our lives already know this. So we need to go broader, but we know they're going to say yes, right? We cut our teeth on the people in our world. And now, yeah, spend $1,000 and go get more leads because we know what the model's going to say. And that $1,000 is going to turn into $5,000. So I'll spend all the $1,000 in the world to get 5,000 back. But for most people, they're spending money and they're not getting the results because they didn't train the people around them. They didn't get enough sales experiences and they don't know how to convert.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And it's so true what you said. The phone. Like, it's all you need is the phone and Google. I mean, that's another, like, you know, if it's just this, it's endless. The leads are endless. You know, when you, like you said brilliantly, when you know who you want to work with, you know, you just, I love everything that you're saying. So
can I tell one, I know we're getting a little short on time, but I got one quick story about that.
Yes,
so a client of mine who was in the employee benefits space, you know, was like, I need more leads. I need more leads. I need more leads. And I was a little more measured in telling him about this whole thing rather than, you know, just shouting in his face about what he should do. But I said, all right, pick up your phone.
Right.
Let's do something. So he grabs his phone. I was like, scroll through your phone and find someone that you know is in business, but you haven't talked to in a while. You've never actually had that business conversation with. So he starts scrolling through his phone and he's like, well, here's somebody. This is a guy I went to college with. I know he runs his own business. I haven't seen him since the 10-year reunion. And it actually, the 20 years coming up in a few months, I've been meaning to reach out to him. So I'm like, all right, perfect. I was like, shoot him a text and say, hey, I was scrolling through my phone, which he was, and I saw your name, which he did. And I just wanted to say, hey, and get back in touch, you know, and see if you're going to be at the reunion. Okay. Boom. Text goes off, comes back, you know, 30 seconds later, being on his phone. And he's like, hey, so glad you reached out. I was thinking about you too. If you're going to be there, I'm definitely going to be there. Let me know what your plans are. Let's find a time to talk shortly. Perfect. Right. There's no sale there. There's no business, but he created a conversation. Right. This is someone he hadn't talked to. And then, but now he can see the little bubbles. And I don't know if it does the same thing on Android phones, but on Apple phones, you can see the little bubbles when someone's typing. And 10 seconds after that, it says, by the way, don't you do like employee benefits or something? I think my business is a point where I need to start offering this to my clients. I want to talk to you about that too. Right? That person became a client, one text, one client, great revenue from this technique. Now, I'm not saying everybody's going to get, you know, a 4-figure client from sending one text, but the theory remains the same. Go to those people in your phone and just be like, hey, just wanted to say hi. Everyone loves getting a text saying, hey, I just wanted to say hi. And then it leads to a conversation. Maybe it's on the phone, maybe it's in person, and maybe it's just over text. Then you can find out, what are you up to? What have you been doing? How's business? How are things going? And you can open an opportunity to make an offer using walking them through the equation I talked about earlier. So stop searching for more leads, use what you got. And then when you have enough money, then you can go find the people that don't know you.
Brilliant. You're absolutely brilliant. And when we had that conversation, and it wasn't too long ago, I sent out texts, to the people in my phone, hi, it's Erin. How you doing? We haven't talked in a while. I just wanted to let you know what I've been up to. Like some people know me as the person who coached cancer patients, 30 years ago, and they still think I'm just doing the same thing, So I just let them know what I'm doing now, working with highly driven entrepreneurs, that feel stuck and overwhelmed and distracted, whatever, to help them become focused, fearless, and excited about life in their business. And do you know how many people got back to me saying, oh my God, I have a friend, she's losing her mind because she's so overwhelmed with the economy. She needs your help, as a life coach to go in and help them. And I specialize in communication with yourself and others. And I got, because of you, my business coach and my business strategist, because of you, I ended up getting, referrals and it was it's beautiful. And it's brilliant, and then we can have more of an impact on the world in such a beautiful way. All right. So I want to get to this last point because this is so important. Time management isn't the point. And as a single mom, when I was first coming up again after the divorce a few years ago, I was so overwhelmed by time. It was 24/7 me. My ex-husband didn't do dinners or sleepovers. So it was literally like 9 years of 24/7 me. And when I learned that it wasn't time management, it's how do we want to allocate our energy throughout the day? And I would love for you to speak into this.
Yeah, 100%. And this is something that, you and I are sort of outliers on this because the time management industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, right? There are courses and there are books and there are seminars and there are trainings and there are podcasts and there's all this stuff on time management. And I think they're wrong.
I agree.
You can be an amazing time manager, but if you're doing the wrong stuff, you have not moved yourself forward at all, right? If you're doing the wrong activities at the wrong time, I don't care how well you manage your calendar, it's not going to do anything for you. So I'm a big believer in time allocation, energy allocation, right? They go hand in hand, right? Where are you spending your time?
Right.
And if you're not spending it in the right place, it doesn't matter if you manage it. If you finish all of your meetings in 30 minutes and don't go over, great, hell of a time management job, right? But if you're in the wrong meeting, it didn't solve your problem. And so I broke this down into something that I found is super simple, and I've had really great success with my clients. And it's the 4 questions of time allocation, right? Question number 1 is, what I'm about to do going to get me paid, right? And getting paid could mean a number of different things. It could be a new sale. It could be an existing person that is re-upping or buying again from you. It could be if you're in the corporate world and you're not really in a sales role, but you're more corporate. It could be getting paid is getting your next promotion, getting a bigger bonus, right? We all have things that we do that make us money, regardless of how we're doing it, whether it's through sales or salary or whoever. Is it going to get you paid? If it is, should be higher on your list. Number 2, is what you're about to do going to serve your purpose? And we all have different purposes in the world. Some people it's spiritual, others it's religious. Some people it's to change the world, others to make millions of dollars. I don't really care what your purpose is, and I'm not going to judge your personal purpose. But is it serving that purpose that you set out? So is it going to get you paid? Is it going to serve your purpose? Again, if it's doing those 2 things, high on your list. This is someplace you should be spending your time. Question number 3. Does what I'm about to do need to be done by me? Right? There are lots of things that I do that I am the person that needs to do them.
Right.
Right. Right. I like being the coach. I have other people that I work with, and there are other coaches out there that I refer to and do business with, but I like to coach. That's one of my passions. So for me, that's what I like to do. Right. I also like to close my sales because I know that if they say yes to me, they're going to trust me when I'm coaching them. Now, there are coaches out there who have much bigger businesses and have third parties that close and third parties that fulfill, and they're just the guru head of state out there, and their businesses are great. And hopefully their clients are having wonderful success in that program. But for me, I like to close, and I like to coach, right? I do not like to write copy. I do not like to post on social media. Not only do I not like it, I'm not very good at it. I'm good at this. I'm good at things in my head coming out of my mouth, right? Whether that's on this, whether that's at a bar, whether that's presenting from stage, whether that's talking one-on-one, that's where, for most people, I shine. Some people think I talk too much and talk too fast. Hopefully that's not your audience, but those are things that I'm not good at. But does it need to be done by me? And be thoughtful about this. Like, it's easy to say everything needs to be done by you. You want to peel some of these things away and really decide, does it need to be done by me? So I don't do the vetting of the people. Like, I've got a VA who does some of the conversations, takes some of the phone calls, responds to some of the emails, and gets them to me, much like you, right? You work with a team that finds people for you, and you get to talk to them and bring it to the finish line, right? So there are lots of things that we do every day that don't get us paid, don't serve us our purpose, and don't need to be done by us. So if we just focus on the things that do, we're going to create a tremendous amount of time in our lives and business. And then the fourth question is, does what I'm about to do need to be done at all? And you'd be amazed at how many things we all do every day that don't make us money, don't serve our purpose, don't need to be done by us, don't serve our clients, yet we still do them.
Yeah.
And people are going to say, no, I don't believe that's true. It's true. And I'm not talking about playing on Facebook and whatnot. I'm just saying there are things that you do that don't serve any of those purposes. So if it gets you paid, serves your purpose, needs to be done by you, and you get rid of the things that don't need to be done at all, you will create at least 30% of capacity in your day by allocating to the correct things. So stop managing your time, start allocating your time, and hopefully those 4 questions create time for you to be able to do the things that you want in your business and create the success you want in your life.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. And, a lot of times when we feel that we have to do everything ourselves, that's just control. We're going back to the control thing again.
Right.
We just feel that we have to control it. Otherwise it's going to fall apart, and when I started allocating it with the business, with VAs and, I don't know how to do technology. I tried, I gave it 6 months. Trying to build a website, a whirl. And I was so overwhelmed. I just could not do it. And this was when I just started to regroup and started to build, from scratch again years ago. And I said, I have to hire somebody to do this. Like, I just can't do it. And I can't spend another minute trying to figure it out. Once I delegated, the peace of mind it brought me was incredible. So I delegate all the time, whether it's marketing or technology or, I love showing up for the coaching, and communication strategies. It's coaching. But with regard to a lot of the other stuff, I delegate, I hire people. That's why I love my team. I love Thomas, and I talk about him all the time. He's just amazing, at the funnel and the technology. He built out my Kartra. I mean, he's just amazing marketing director, just incredible. And you two as a team, you complement each other so incredibly well.
Yeah, we have very complementary skill sets, and it's really fun. We present together. We have joint clients. It's fantastic.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So is there anything on your head or your heart that we didn't discuss before we get into your contact information? And is there anything else?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, hopefully these points were beneficial. But, one of the things, and this is something that you and I talked about when we first worked together, and I work with all my clients on, is take a step back, take a breath, look at all the stuff that you're doing, and start to prioritize, start to put things in order, in a sequence of, all right, again, what gets me paid? What serves my purpose? And just look at all the different things and focus on the ones that are going to get you where you want to go. I'm a big believer that strategy and planning is everything in success. If you have a good plan, whether you want to lose 10 pounds, sell 20 houses, make $1 million, if you have a plan for it, you are more than likely to reach that goal. If you don't, you're going to be haphazard. And your best case scenario is that you take so much action that you're busy.
Yeah.
But likely you're going to struggle. You're not going to find the success you want. So take a step back, take a breath. Hopefully, again, these ideas have helped. And that's what I'm here for. Like, reach out to Erin, reach out to me. There are ways to get your life and business in order and make a lot of money and not be as stressed.
Yes.
And have more time with your family. That really is a thing. And that's what we do together. And that's what we do separately for all of you in the audience. So hopefully this was beneficial. And how can we help you further? Because I know that we've got a lot to give and have really changed some lives, and hopefully can change yours through this show.
You're amazing. You're amazing. And everybody listening, even during the Life on Track summits and my other summits before that, my whole thing is vision and decision. Like I shout it from the rooftops. Have a crystal clear vision for your life. So the decisions you make throughout the day are in line with that ultimate vision, with that ultimate destiny. You're not just busy and not productive. You're literally in line making decisions through the day that are in line with that vision. So so how can people reach you? How can they reach out to you?
Yeah, definitely. But think of it. What if you woke up every day, you knew what you were doing, why you were doing it, who you were doing it for, and what it was doing for them every day? Like, how different would your life feel if you knew those 4 things? And that's what I'm here for. So for me, I'm a big fan of Instagram at Adam Kipnes, LinkedIn at Adam Kipnes. I'm at Adam Kipnes on all forms of social media. My website is coachwithak.com, coachwithak.com. And you can go there. I've got free resources. My book is there. You can download it for free. If you want a hard copy of the book, reach out to me, Adam at coachwithak.com. But my book's there, and it's 8 steps to make more money without spending a penny on marketing or advertising. And it's a way to implement these things that I just talked to you in a step-by-step fashion. And I tell everybody, the first 15 minutes of talking to me is always free. If you don't like me after that, you're not going to pay me anyway. So take advantage of those 15 minutes. I will guarantee you that one thing that I will say will help you in your business and hopefully make you tons of money and make you successful. If you want to work with me, that's a benefit to me and a blessing to me. But if I can help you in any way, let me know. Go to those places and just let me know how I can be of support. The more people I help, the better the karma for me, the more money I make in life, and the more cool people I meet.
I love you. And they have to, seriously, everybody listening, like, don't walk, run to Adam. You're just incredible in the work that you do. And like I said, working with you is so enjoyable. You're so generous. You really are, with your time, with your heart, with your knowledge, with everything, your wisdom. You're so generous. And they have to go to your website, coachwithak.com and get your book, download the book, and the free resources, because it's life-changing. Like, you put together all these resources for people to, especially like this recession that people are talking about, that's coming, and it's here. Look at the gas prices and the food. And, I bought a couple of things in the supermarket the other day. It was $210. Just a couple of things. I was like, how did that become $210? But, so for them to have your resources and what you offer for free. And then I also highly recommend they contact you to coach with you, so that you can help them up-level their life and their business in amazing ways, like you're doing for me. And I appreciate you, my friend. I really do. You're amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I mean, I've loved working with you, getting to know you, and thanks for having me here. And, I think the fun part about why you and I do this is because we hope that one little thing people say, oh my God, that was so beneficial.
Yeah.
Right? That means the world to me. And if you want to give me all of your money, I will take that too. But really, I am here to support you, to support your audience in any way I can.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us today with Life on Track. Thank you so much, Adam Kipnes, for being here with us today. You're just brilliant. You're amazing. And I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. And thanks everyone for taking a listen to us today.
Thank you. All right, guys, have a magnificent rest of your day. And you'll be able to see this on, all of my social media, my YouTube channel, and all the online streaming TV shows like Apple TV and Roku and Amazon Fire and all of those. And I really appreciate you guys being here with us today. And I'm sure the information was beneficial big time. And if there's anything else, that you would like, any kind of content that you'd like for me to bring to you, then just reach out to me at erinlay.com, and just let me know what else you want to hear about with regard to this, helping to up level your life personally and professionally here with Life on Track. All right, everybody, have a magnificent day. And always remember to live onward and upward. Love you.